We're looking gorgeous today. Shit. All right. So, today we're talking about how we traded creation for consumerism. This shit is really fucked up, though, on the real. Because back in the day, I was actually watching a clip or this thing from back in the day. It was saying how, people 1950s, how they acted and stuff. Way different than how we act now, right? So, the reason why I say, I'm going to just give you it real quick. So, if you want to dip out, like from right here in the first 3 minutes, we're just go hash it out. So the reason why I say that we literally are in a consumerism world, you probably know this. Like if we look around this whole room right now, there's consumption happening to some capacity. You're funny. Um, and so there's consumption happening. Even I'm not past this, right? Because I consume these items to gain some knowledge, if you will, right? So I have to get this book to gain some knowledge, but this is a different type of consumerism, right? This is more so consumption to create a better mind, if you will. But a lot of people just consume things just to have things, right? It's like, hey, if you're buying a fucking brand new car and you had a used car that does what it needs to do, you're literally in a place. Thank you for this. This, for example, this, I don't know if you can see it. Let's switch it around. Ah, what the fuck? The lighting is so trash. Anyways, this is a diamond remote control ring. Wow. This thing is literally a fucking remote for your phone. So we've gone so far in technology that we want to regress back to it says wireless, if you see right there. A wireless remote control ring, aka Bluetooth. It's like we're so advanced now that we want to dumb down our shit and take it back to like clicking buttons. So tell me that we didn't enter the consumer age. We're consuming way more content than we used to, right? And so the amount of content that we're consuming now, then compared to back in the olden days, literally TV would shut off and it would just be like a fucking what was that shit? Static. It would just be static. There's no channels past 10 or some shit back in the day. But now it's 24/7. You can find something on TV going on every single channel 24/7. Yeah, that's that bling right there. Shit, let me see that bling. Yeah, look, this is that bling right there. I don't know if you guys could hear that. But so we've gone so far down the drain that we have this magical ring that you could have on your finger and be like, oh, let me let me click the video. Let me do this short. Oh, hold on, let me go out. Let me go. This shit is stupid as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a gift. Um, but it's like, how far gone have we become to literally consume so much that is unnecessary? We have so much waste. Probably in your house right now, there's like 50 items to 100 items that you don't actually need, right? And so even I was doing a cleansing. I'm still like this whole top row right here, up top right here. That's the cleansing row, right? We're just getting rid of that. And so even this PC, right? I'm looking these books right here. It's like I don't want these shits in my library, so I'm getting rid of those too. And so if we look back here too, it's like we have an Xbox. And so there's no need for all that shit. Honestly, you could have one device. This device, for the most part, could do all of that shit, right? And even so, shrink it down to like the necessities. And even like this beast of a computer right here, like that shit is a pretty badass computer. I'm even thinking about getting rid of that and trading it for something smaller. Because at the end of the day, having all these things just makes it more difficult to move from where you're at to a better location. You will literally ground yourself, ground your wings, because you have too much shit and you're like, hey, even though this environment is trash, I'll stay in this environment only because like moving is such a hassle. Like what? Like fuck, I'm gonna have to grab all this together because like why am I gonna do that? Moving is too much, right? We don't want to do that. But if it was succinct, it's like okay, I grab a couple of yellow bins, black bins, whatever. I slap a couple of things, like I have 5 bins, and then boom, I'm gone. It's like you're not stuck to a location at that point. But we consume so much that now we're stuck. And so the consumption items should be to help you create more. It shouldn't have you distracted more and create less. We're literally in a interesting place right now where technology has us so productive, but it's so productive that we have so much time to waste. At the same time, we could waste just as much time as we are productive. 1 hour of production might equal 8 hours now, but you could also do that 1 hour and then 7 hours of consumption. It's an endless cycle. And so we were created as, in the Bible, it says we were created in God's image. And so if we are made in God's image, well, God created the world, right? So how is it that we're not creators as well? We're not gods as well. To be able to like boom, magic, make something happen out of nothing. Could literally probably invent some shit around your house that is very useful. I know for myself in the mechanic industry, we're always crafting ourselves some new interesting tools, if you will, just to get the job done. And so it's like all these realms of creation, and yet we stifle ourselves to just consume more. And so that's the problem, is that it's so easy to consume now. It's like boom, you grab your phone and a couple taps, boom, 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 like you're done, or you double click, and then you're into your wallet, right? And you could pay for whatever it is that you please. They made it so easy. One tap, buy now, one click. They made it so easy for us to consume, but that also makes it so easy for us to get distracted. But where you might be a genius in aspects that I'm not a genius in, right? And if you're a genius in all these aspects, then that allows you to create in a different way than others. So it's like somebody might be a grandmaster in chess. I'm not there, but shit, I could probably run laps when it comes to working on a car. I could run laps when it comes to business strategy. There's a lot of laps I could run on many different realms, but there's a lot of different realms that I'm not a part of that I shit, somebody go walk all the way around me. And so you have a gift that was given to you, but because of all these different technologies that are around you that distract you from your true essence, that's what makes it so difficult. Also, if you're interested in either hearing more about this topic or having me help you with anything that you got going on, make sure you text me. We'll say for this video to know that you came from here, let's say consumerism, right? Text me consumerism at 737-864-0824. Again, text me consumerism at 737-864-0824. All right, back to it. So in this world, there's so much stuff, and honestly, all these books could be condensed down to one device. It could be a Kindle. It could even be an iPhone. Like all that shit could be condensed down. I don't need books really anymore. At least that's the way we're heading. But at the end of the day, if you pay attention, everything is so digital that the easiest way to eliminate a lot of people's knowledge and cause massive confusion. What happens when electricity goes out? Do you have a solar system or some type of alternative electrical um, system in place for water, electricity, like your lights and all that shit, or you go straight into the dark ages? Because if you're not that prepared, it's like the reason why I love books so much is I could touch them, right? We could touch them, be physical with them. No, if you go take this from me, you gotta come to me and take this out of my fucking hands, right? But then it's like, okay, if you wanna take everything that I have from here, software update, fucking zap this shit to oblivion. And so that's simple. Or I have no means to charge it. Battery goes kaput. And so it's like we don't have endless battery, but we have endless ability to read these books, put our hands on these physical copies. That's why I'm at the point where technology is so good that I'm like, hey, I gotta like regress a little bit. I got dumb down my electronics, if you will. And so for me, it's figuring out ways of how to function at a high level, yet not be so consumed by everything and anything that you could do on an iPhone, basically, or with technology. Because iPhone is like, that's your email, that's your social media, that's your calculator, that's your, your YouTube video if you're doing that, Instagram or whatever, photos. Like, there's so many things to get lost in. You can play video games on that bitch. It's like there's so many options for you to really do that you'll be lost, if you will, when it comes to living without it. I used to be the person who, re- I'm still the person really who doesn't like social media as much. I rather not. But then I chose a different route. I chose to use social media in a different way than most. I don't really be on Instagram, on Facebook, I mean, unless I'm looking at Facebook Marketplace, that's my bread and butter right there. Um, rather than being on like social media to consume things. I do see things from time to time. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's interesting, right? If I want to build something, create something, I might find a guideline that gives me the basics that I need so that I could go ahead and create it and modify it in my own way. But at the end of the day, it's like we've gone so, like, our ideas aren't original. No idea is original, to tell you the truth, because everything has already been created and done. You're not the first one. But anyways, it's like there's no originality, no creation of like really thinking some shit up and being like, all right, let me go to the lab and make that shit happen. That doesn't happen anymore. I'd rather just stay here and watch other people's lives and consume that and just live vicariously through these people. And so it's like if we're living vicariously through someone else, then we're not living ourselves. That's tough. And so I'd rather be the person who is actually enjoying my life with myself, with the people around me. Honestly, the amount of TVs, like when I move to my next place, is gonna be limited to one TV. That's all I need. I don't need a TV in every room. That used to be the plan. Yeah, if I'm on the shitter, I want a TV screen right there so I can watch that shit. But TV is television programming, so you're being programmed by the TV. You know that it takes 33 milliseconds of seeing an image to entice you to do whatever have you, especially if you're an addict. And so if you're an addict, hey, that couple of milliseconds, half a second, if you will, that's more than enough to entice you to be lost in consumption for hours. And so for me, it's like, would I rather have the TV program me or would I rather have me program me? And that's why we gotta start picking this up. I used to say I'm not a reader. That's what I used to say. But because I said that, of course, it would make me not a reader. And now I say I am a reader. I'm creating a new version of myself. Even though, like, I've read books. I read plenty of books actually at this point. More books than I read in fucking school. I'll tell you what. In school, that bitch only had me read one book, maybe two. The rest, hey, I'll bomb the test. Fuck it. I'll make it up somehow. But for me, it's all about creating your reality because most people aren't creating their reality. Their reality is being formed for them. They're going with the flow of everybody else. And I'll tell you what, there's this experiment that happened where they had a couple of people in a room. And actually, if you pick up the book Atomic Habits, it talked about this a little bit too. Um, but it's this experiment where there's multiple people in the room, and everybody, most of them are saying the wrong answer purposely. So it's like, if you know that this is an iPhone, but I'm like, not fuck you talking about that Android. And then like five other people are like Android. You're gonna be like, well, what does that look like? Android, and that means you're a sheep because you don't want to be the only one that makes a different answer. Because if you're the only one who makes a different answer, you're a lone wolf at that point, and you're estranged from society, and we're social creatures, right? by creation, if you will. We're meant to be working together. But the way we're working together these days and age is not the way we should be working together. So, this world of creation is what created this magnificent world of all these magnificent things in this world. But the creation led to creating the economy of consumerism. And so, because we're in the economy of consumerism, now instead of creating, most of us, the masses, consume, and only a few create. And that's why if you are, multimillionaires or millionaires, billionaires, if, what is it, billionaires. So it's like now those are the creators, and then all the rest of you are sheep. And it's like, okay, so are we going to start creating? Because if we all start creating, then the system collapses, interestingly enough. But then doesn't the world become so much more beautiful? Because that's when we go back to, I would believe, a better system when we're bartering skills. Hey, you know how so? Okay, cool. Like, can you like fix my outfit, create it better, or make me an outfit? Yeah, no problem. Can you fix my car? Sure, no problem. Can you help me around, like move around the stuff? Yeah, no problem. And now we start trading time, if you will, with each other. And that's more so spending life force with each other. That's a better way of creation than all the time that we use consuming. There was a study that said if for the last 10 years your your screen time was at 3 hours, that means that that's like 400 and something days. And so a year, let's go with. So if you spend 3 hours a day for the last 10 years of screen time, then that means you've given a year to consuming content or just being on your phone. The world is so much more beautiful than spending a year on your phone. That's literally why I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, you just are stealing lives. And we're not even paying attention to that. And that's why I'm like, do I want my life stolen or do I want to get away from this? Do I want to, be stuck to and, we have to consume in order to survive these days. So we have to go to the grocery store, right? We got to go get groceries. But what happens when that supply chain dies? Do you know where you're getting your food? Do you know how you're making your food? Have you even thought about that? Most people don't have that skill. So we're literally stuck in this cycle of we have to consume to survive now. Of course, we could create abundance for ourselves. It's interesting how if we plant a seed, it grows so much and it has multiple fruits that it bears. That's how powerful planting a seed is. Just like planting a seed. God damn. Second time I ever dropped that phone. Um, but it's like we get to choose. This is planting seeds, if you will. And so it's like, what seeds do you want to plant? Damn, it's so tragic. This shit was already fucked up like this because somebody else dropped it, but seems like I'm putting the work in now for it to go. It still works. Cool. But the objective more so is to stop the consumerism in all aspects, right? Slow the fuck down. Press pause on that bitch and really assess what you got already. Just assess, look at your screen time, right? Look, pop this shit open, right? We go to hit that screen time. Boom, look at that shit. See what it look like on the week. Nothing. Because I don't be using it like that. So you gotta check yourself. And then it's like look around you. I did a cleansing. So there's multiple stuff that I got rid of. I probably got rid of a good 20 items and I still have over 20 to go, maybe like 25 items. But like, of course, there's stuff that I just threw out in the garbage and stuff. But it's like those were things that were unnecessary. And it's like boxes. Like, why are we keeping boxes? Like, for what? Like, if we're using the item, why keep the box? It's fucking pointless. So get rid of that shit. And that's why I've been looking at with everything. I'm like, okay, do we need this, babe? No? All right, toss that shit. And some of the things I don't even go to her. I'll just be like, hey, what the fuck is this doing here? Gone. And let her know about it after. Hey, you want it? Fuck it, it's in the trash. Only because it's like I know that we all need it. It's unnecessary. Of course, I'm a, like, if somebody wants it, I'll give it to them. Like there was somebody who came to me last year. They bought, I forgot what the item was. I think it was yeah, I don't remember the items. I think it was a baby monitor that they got. Because again, I wasn't using this shit. It's been up for months, if not a year, basically. And so I'm like, why the fuck do we still have this? Get rid of it. So then this dude lowers the price like by 50%, but it was more so to help the guy out. Right. And I'm like, hey, thank you for telling your story. So he comes up and I'm like, hey, you want some baby clothes? Because we're not using these. Yeah, of course. Like, what you got? Well, what do you need? And so we sift through all our baby clothes that we're looking to give away to Goodwill, right? And we gave him all the clothes that he was looking for. And he was shocked by um, just the givingness, if you will. And to be shocked by that kind of giving is like, it's kind of sad. But I understand because I would be shocked too. But it's kind of sad that we have to be shocked about that kind of giving, right? Because it's like, why not help out each other? Hey, you need something? Fuck it. Take it. I ain't using it. Take it. It's you. That's all you. Nah, you don't even need to pay me for that shit. That's you. Of course, I appreciate if like if you can give me extra, I ain't gonna say no. But that's not what this is for. It's about creating, right? I created a relationship by doing that. That's way more valuable than whatever the fuck I was gonna do with that. Whether it was like keep it, get rid of it, throw it in the garbage, give it to Goodwill. Like it was way more useful for me to build a relationship with it than it was to give it to anybody else. So when it comes to consumerism, slow down. Really think about it. Do you need? Dang, where'd it go? Do you need the remote ring, right? And if you don't need this stupid shit, don't get it. I don't care if like all your friends are like, "Hey, look, click, 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 click." Hey, you don't need it, right? You've gotten as far as you've gotten without it. So if you've gotten this far, which is all your life, then you won't need it now, basically. But what you do need is to start thinking about how to create yourself a more magnificent world, if you will. If that is off the grid living, if you will, or just giving yourself alternative options, right? Sometimes the power goes out. It happens, right? And when that happens, do you have a generator as backup? Do you have some backup battery power that you could use? See, when it comes to anything dying, it's like I got this and I got a few others of these that allow me to keep myself going. Like this will last days to charge my phone. And so it's like, okay, the phone, good, good to go. I have um I chose this specific laptop. It's called the T480, right? This is consumerism, but be smart with your consumerism. Right. The reason why I did so much research on the laptop is I've had plenty of laptops in my life. None of them I was really satisfied with. This one is the only one that I'm like, man, I really enjoy this one because it allows me to upgrade it, right? And so recently for Christmas, shout out to you for getting me this for Christmas. But somebody got me a battery for Christmas, a bigger battery. And so now I could swap out batteries in that shit. Like back in the old days when you had a phone and you could phoop, phoop, swap it out. So like now I've used that for maybe 2, 3 days. Of course, not like all day long, but it's like what surprised me is that it lasts 15 hours, that battery. 12 to 15 hours, right? And so I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And then I got the swappable one. So I basically got, give or take, a day's worth of energy right there. And then we have this right here. Oh shit. This right here is a backup battery, or if you will. But so this is about, I want to say 10% of the load ish, give or take. Call it 20% just to throw out high numbers. So that gives me some time to shut down my systems. Then I have, when it comes to, there's sometimes when lights come on and off, and so I also have backup power source for the internet stuff, and that will last about a day, right? And so again, having all these different choices as backup energy, just in case energy, if you will, is very helpful. So just pay attention to your consumerism. And hopefully it's leading to more creation than consumerism. Because you could buy a welder and now you could fuck around with some metal and really create some shit. You could go ahead buy some power tools. Not only could you fix a car, probably could build yourself a house too, depending on what tools you get. It's like, make sure you're making smart choices that are not just a one-time use thing, but they're a longevity type of use thing. Because it's like, this is a sound bowl. This is infinitely better than most things, right? And so if you're going to consume, just do it smartly. Let the consumption lead to your creation of a new world. With that being said, I'll see you on the next one.